I would keep it just for the name. I look like Edward Cullen. It just looks like a sea of diamonds or the starry sky. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be decluttering another portion of my makeup collection. So if you like declutters, definitely give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. And without further ado, let's go ahead and declutter some makeup. Okay, so I just pulled this drawer out of my little makeup storage area, and this is where I keep all of my false lashes. I have some rhinestones in here. I'm not going to declutter any of these because they don't go bad or expire, and I do like to... Oh gosh, this is starting off great. Okay, I'm not going to declutter any of these because they don't expire, and I just like to keep them on hand for fun, for ethereal looks that I may want to do one day, so I'm going to keep all of these. Also, if you do like playing with rhinestones, I highly recommend getting one of these little rhinestone applicators. They're like $6 off of Amazon. Just makes applying the rhinestone so much easier. Highly recommend. I'm gonna go ahead and pull out all of my false lashes because I'm not gonna declutter any of those. Same story as the rhinestones, they don't expire, so I don't really see a point in decluttering them because I can use them eventually. So I'm just gonna push these off to the side. It's number 11s. These are my current favorite. So good. I also really like ruffle for more of a dramatic look. I keep my makeup removers in here as well, just in case I'm doing swatches. I'm just gonna put this off to the side for now. Also have some extra lash glue. This is empty, so I'm gonna throw this little box away. Alright, so here's all the fun stuff. I keep my affordable eye extras in this little organizer, and then all of my higher end glitters, liquid shadows, eye toppers, and etc. in this one. This one fell out of its home. Let's start off with the high end. Right off the bat, I see these two from Half Magic. So these are the Chromaddiction eye paint and liners. I have Sky Juice and Main Character. Sky Juice is this really fun periwinkle color, and Main Character is this gorgeous, sparkly, bright purple. I was so excited to try these. Half Magic, if you don't know, is the makeup brand founded by the makeup artist of Euphoria, the HBO television series, and she's known for doing really unconventional, sparkly, rhinestoney, intergalactical, makeup looks. And this glitter just looked so gorgeous on the website, but unfortunately on my eyelids it's just so patchy. You can even kind of tell, like on my arm as I'm swatching it, it just doesn't want to distribute an even amount of pigment. No matter how many layers I use, no matter how careful I am with the application, unfortunately this one just did not work for me. So I'm gonna declutter this one. Sky Juice, I love the name, so I would keep it just for the name, and I love this shade of blue. It's better than the glitters. I think the mattes, from what I've tried, are better and easier to work with and less patchy than the glitters, so I'm gonna keep Sky Juice and declutter Main Character. I have two of these eye paints from About Face. One is matte and one is their fractal glitter eye paint. This one is my favorite, I think, out of all of my glitters, eye toppers, etc. This is in the shade Tin Pan Alley. It has the tiniest little sparkles in it. It just looks like a sea of diamonds or the starry sky. You can make it more opaque, and it has more of this ivory champagne base, but you can also blend it out just to get that wash of tiny little glitter particles, which I think is so gorgeous. It looks wet on the eyelids, so definitely gonna keep this. The white matte. This is the only matte of the eye paints that I've tried, and I do like it. It's not as opaque as I was hoping it to be, and it did get a tiny bit patchy the one time that I did use it, but I've only used it once, and I do think that it's always good to have a white base in your collection just to really make any colorful eyeshadow pop. That was my intention when purchasing it. I mean, when I swatched it on my arm, it looks so smooth and not patchy, but on my eyelids for some reason it was just way more sheer, and it just didn't want to build up on itself. But again, I'm gonna keep testing it. Hopefully I can get it to work because I think it'll be really great for more of a neon eyeshadow look. Okay, I have this random lid lockup eyeshadow primer from CoverGirl. I obviously have not tried this yet, so I'm gonna keep it. I'm already working through a couple eye primers at the moment, so I'm not gonna open it yet, but I'll save it for a rainy day when I do need a new eyeshadow primer. Speaking of eyeshadow primers, I have been pretty much exclusively using my MAC pro-longwear paint pot in Painterly. I actually don't have it with me right here because it's up in my makeup bag. That's literally the one that I use the most often. I use it almost every day. It covers up veins, it's super thin, and it doesn't leave your skin feeling really sticky, which I don't like in an eyeshadow primer, but it does make your eyeshadows really pop and last all day long. These two are matte as well. I have Tailor Gray and Groundwork. I love using Groundwork as a base for a more smoky look, or as an eyeliner, or just to deepen up the outer corner. Super smooth, super creamy, and there's a random hair in it. Ew. I don't know how I get hairs in all of my cream products. Like, it never fails. Okay, so there's Groundwork, and this one is Tailor Gray. I have two of these color fixes from Danessa Myricks. These are super, super pigmented, super long wearing. They come in so many different shades and finishes. I have this one in Celebration, which is in their cream, more metallic finish. And then this one is a matte. It's in the shade Chocolate. So it comes in a little squeeze tube. You just need the tiniest amount because, as you can see, they are very, very pigmented. This is Celebration. I don't know how easily you'll be able to see it here, but it has a bit more of a satiny, metallic-y finish. It looks really multi-dimensional on the eyes. It's one of those one and done shades that just make it look like you tried a lot harder than you did. I'm going to declutter Chocolate just because this is way more purpley than I was thinking it was going to be. I thought it was going to be more of a neutral, really, really deep, dark brown, but it's actually a lot more plummy on the eyes. Also a bit patchy whenever I have gone to use it. So I'm going to declutter that one. And these are insanely impossible to get off. I probably should not have started off with these, but if you're in the market for a super long wearing cream or liquid shadow, these definitely will get the job done. Ugh, BRB. I have two of these glittering glows from Stila. I have Wanderlust and Smoldering Satin. Wanderlust has like green, gold, and pink sparkles. It's really pretty. It doesn't have much of a base pigment, as you can see, but it's really just all about the sparkle. This one is so gorgeous. It's got like a purpley gray base and little silver reflex in it. Okay, next up we have this Kaja Moon Crystal. The sparkling eye pigment in the shade Tiger's Eye. I got this quite recently. Kaja was having a flash 50% off sale, so I picked this up. It's nice. I don't know if it would be worth the full price. It's not as reflective as I was hoping it would be, but it is pretty and it does blend well. So I'm going to keep it because, again, it is very new and I do like the color. I have two of these little Starshow shadow pots from Moira. I'm going to be keeping both. This is one of my favorite eye topper formulas, and I am obsessed with this shade in Eureka. So pretty. And this one is Quartz. One that I can declutter is this Winky Luxe Chandelier Shimmer Shadow. Wow, say that 5 times fast. In the shade Bottle Pop. It's just really old at this point. The reflection is super intense, but I found that every time I put it on my eyelids, it sort of flaked off and actually got in my eyes. So I will not repurchase, and I wouldn't recommend it just for that reason. I wish it wasn't so flaky because, again, the reflection is so gorgeous, but I just find it to be really irritating and not super safe. I have 3 of the ColourPop Super Shock shadows. I am going to declutter these 2, and I'm going to keep Ladybird. Ladybird is just the most perfect everyday champagne-y glitter shade. This one in Moon Daisy is a really gorgeous light sky blue, but the base pigment is just way more sheer, I find, and almost feels a little bit drier than the other shades, and also the reflection is just not as intense. The other shade I have, A Little Quirky, was one of my favorites, but I just feel like it's really old at this point. It just looks a little funny in the pan, so I am going to throw this one away because I feel like, unfortunately, it has expired at this point, but I would repurchase eventually because I really do love this color. I have this Prismetal Chrome Eye Mousse from JCat in the shade Chrome Crusher. This is so interesting. It feels really, really wet to the touch, and here it is swatched for you. I feel like the camera and the lights aren't really doing it justice, but it is very gorgeous on the eyes, and these are only a couple bucks, so I would highly recommend these. I think they're really great, so I'm going to keep this one. My hands are literally covered in glitter, and I'm going to be finding it on my skin for the next 5 days. I have 2 of these glow shots from NYX. If you saw my most recent video, you will know that these are one of my favorite liquid shadow formulas. I have 2 shades, High Key Lychee and Come Through Coconut. So here is High Key Lychee, and there is Come Through Coconut. I'm gonna keep both of these. Also gonna keep both of my shadow soaks from Wet n Wild. This is a newer formula from them. They're like $5 or $6 and the formula is amazing. I have two shades, Neutral Terra and Bronze Digger, and I love both of them. So keeping these as well. I'm going to keep both of my metallic liquid shadows from e.l.f. I have Little Dipper and Comet. These are gorgeous just for like one and done. Swipe it on the go and you're done. Shadows, they layer really well, they're not patchy, and they're just gorgeous. So I'm going to keep these. One that was my favorite for such a long time is this liquid glitter shadow. So it's a slightly different formula than the metallic shadow. The glitter shadow has, as the name would suggest, tiny little glitter particles in it, which I find to be just so gorgeous, especially for like a date night or a special occasion. And I loved the shade of this one because it's just a bronzy gold with little silver sparkles in it. However, this swatch was pretty much using the last remaining bits of what I have left in here because I used this endlessly. So I'm going to toss this one because it's practically empty, and then I will probably repurchase at a later date because, again, it is one of my favorite liquid glitters ever. So I'm gonna miss this one, but I need a new one. Okay, this is the Diamond Days liquid shadow from Moira in the shade Main Character. And as I was looking at this, I instantly thought of the Stila Glitter and Glow liquid shadow in Wanderlust that I just swatched. So I swatched them next to each other, and here's the Moira in Main Character, and here is the Stila Glitter and Glow. The Stila has a little bit less base pigment. The Moira has a little bit more pink in the base, but I feel like they're so similar, and if you shared this one out, I really don't think you'd be able to tell a difference on the eyes because they both have little gold and green reflex and some of that peachiness scattered throughout. So I might use this in an upcoming dupes video because I really feel like they're so close. Last but not least, I have this Shadow Bomb from Makeup Revolution in the shade Love Struck Champagne. Pretty subtle liquid shadow. I do enjoy this formula. It's not the greatest liquid shadow I've ever tried just because it's super subtle. I enjoy it for more of an everyday reserved look, but I think I am going to pass this along to one of my nieces because I feel like they would get more use out of it. Alright, let's go ahead and load this back up. Okay, I feel like that looks pretty good. I have a good sense of everything that I own, and I feel like I can pretty easily see everything in my collection, which I like. Alright, so here is the drawer, all reorganized and decluttered, and I feel like it looks pretty good. I'm happy with this. I can see everything, and it all looks reasonably organized. So I'm going to put this back in my little cart. These are all of the items that I'm going to be decluttering. Again, a couple of these are expired, so I'm going to have to toss them and recycle what I can. The other ones that are not expired, but that just didn't work for me, I will pass along to family and friends, and they will find a better home. So I hope you guys enjoyed that declutter. I know it wasn't the most extreme declutter in the entire world, but I figured it would still be fun to show you guys my eye topper collection and see swatches. I know I really enjoy those types of videos. I just find them oddly satisfying, and I just love sitting and swatching formulas and seeing the colors and the reflex, and it's just super therapeutic for me. So I hope some of you guys enjoyed it as well. If you did, you can give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in my next video.